office, and we have the Disability Support Service. In terms of the Disability Support Service, just for today, we have 2 advisors working today. So if you wish to go into Pobble and ask your questions through the disability portal, Catherine and Maeve are there to handle your questions today. Who benefits from an Access course? You do. This is your time to focus on your goals and your ambitions. What do you need to do? Many times in education, you will be asked that question, but this is a very straightforward answer. We ask you to trust the experts. All of us who work in Access are a long time dealing with students like yourselves who've had obstacles in their educational journey. So we need you to attend, we need you to engage with us, and we need, above all, you to understand that there's a whole range of supports available in Access that you would never have found or gotten in secondary school. We will help you to find your pathway to your preferred course in NUI Galway. Who are the staff? Well, in terms of the School Leavers programme, which is hopefully the group that will hear this today, I'm the coordinator of that programme. I can be reached at that address, mary.surlis@nuigalway.ie. Then we have the administrative staff that you saw earlier on in a slide, and they can be reached at access@nuigalway.ie. And any query you have, please direct it to that email address. I don't think it's too simple or it's insignificant. We answer all queries. Our academic staff are called tutors, and they're drawn from a wide variety of disciplines across the university and elsewhere, and are best contacted either in class or through an email from once you start the course. Our tutors are highly qualified and again are geared specifically to dealing with School Leaver Access students and their way of learning. Now, the course layout. How long does it work? Access is a 21-week program and it has 8 subjects. There's 2 distinct streams. So there's the humanities stream and there's a science stream. The humanities stream have subjects like English, history, geography, sociology, and philosophy, economics and maths. Okay. The reason economics and maths are highlighted is that if you want to do a Bachelor of Commerce from this stream, you have to take economics and maths to go on and do commerce or business. If you want to do a BA in history and English, you take any of the other subjects. The science stream has physics, chemistry, maths, science, a specific type of maths, and biology. So if you come onto the course and you want to do arts, a BA, you want to do BA, you want to do law, you want to do commerce, you want to do psychology, you want to do theatre studies, you take the humanities stream. The science stream is geared towards science, engineering, medicine, nursing, and so on, the science-based disciplines. Our core subjects, and I often describe them as our secret weapon, are academic writing, academic study skills, academic IT, and Engage, which is a career guidance project. Now, when we offer academic writing and study skills and academic IT, this is what prepares you to progress in university. So in other words, you have specific classes weekly on how to write for university, how to study for university with your timetables and manage your time and have a specific focus. All your IT is covered that you will need to progress. And your career guidance, you have a long list of speakers who will meet you all the time and where you will be doing a little project on focusing on where you want to go next. It is a requirement of the course that all 8 subjects are passed in order to progress to undergraduate level. Attendance is compulsory and the coordinator will be informed if you're absent. The core subjects, as I've described as our weapons of value, all students on the program must take 4 core modules: academic writing, Engage, college and career skills, that's what Engage is, academic technology, and academic study skills. Now, because we're delivering online, we delivered online last year, and we're delivering probably from September to Christmas in semester 1, depending on government guidelines, of course. But we took 3 weeks of induction this year in September 21, and we front-loaded our support modules. So students coming onto the course would say, oh, I don't know anything about writing, I don't know anything about study skills. So for the first 3 weeks, all we concentrated on was getting you ready, introducing the university to you through academic writing, through the Engage project, through academic technology and study skills. So the tutors, for those 3 weeks, you didn't do anything academic as such, not your actual subjects. You worked on preparedness. And that really was very beneficial to our students. And maybe they'll talk about that later on. The rationale for this was that for those 3 weeks, the whole system of coming to university is explained to you. And the focus is to introduce you to the support you will need to learn in university. We have no doubt that students are ready to go to university by the time they finish Access and by the time actually they finish Leavenscert, but it's about the supports. Students fall down a lot on support, so we really focus on that. So the application process. So we will be accepting applications for 21-22 in August 2021. So from the 1st of August to the last day of August, the online application will be open. And I'll give you some details on that later on. You will have an opportunity to attend introductory classes for all modules in the first week of term. You must then decide which stream and which academic modules you will take. But with that decision, you will be working closely with myself and with the tutors. So we will very much help you to make those decisions in terms of what you want to do and where you want to go to and what subjects are most suitable. So in that respect, it's like a personal career guidance service all the time. Will I actually be an NUI Galway student? Yes, you will. You will be registered as a student at NUI Galway. Once you have been registered and received your student identification, your ID card, you can avail of many services and supports available to NUI Galway students, from borrowing library books to availing of the student counselling service. What is expected of me? You must achieve an attendance rate of at least 85% to be recommended for progression to undergraduate studies. Students are expected to attend all classes throughout the year. You're expected to stay until the end of each class. Leaving a classroom during a lesson is distracting and disruptive for your tutor and your classmates. Where a student has no choice but to leave a class early, this should be brought to the attention of the tutor before class begins, if possible. You are encouraged to attend undergraduate lectures in your area of interest. And this relates back to the Engage module, where your project will be assessed. So when we say undergraduate lectures, for example, if you want to do law, you attend law undergraduate lectures, engineering, science, and so on. And we'll be helping you set up those talks, attend those lectures and attend and monitor them, and maybe more or less focus on what you need for those lectures to inform your progression. The Access programme is not a secondary school. However, in university, it's all about self-directed learning. So we expect you to be punctual when attending classes, laboratories, and exams. We also expect you to hand up any coursework on time. You will be assessed on your knowledge and understanding of the content of all modules on this programme. For some modules, assessment is through coursework only. In others, students are assessed through a combination of coursework and examination. Semester 1, all assessment. Semester 2 is assessment and the end of year examination. So this year, our students didn't do any exams in semester 1, but they had to meet deadlines and hand up coursework on time. If you don't hand your coursework up on time, you lose 1% per day, depending on when it eventually arrives. And semester 2 assessment, and at the end, semester 2, is all about, we have assessments, but we also had an end of year examination this year. We have module descriptors. So the module descriptor is in your handbook. So every student gets a handbook when they start. So for example, you get philosophy, and you will see in philosophy that 50% of the course is an exam and 50% of the course is an essay. In Engage, college and career skills, career projects and action plans are 50% and 50% for a series of in-class and take-home assignments. Individual tutors will communicate the weighting of marks in their respective classes. Also, please read all your module descriptors once you get onto the course. It's important that you become very, very familiar with them. Progressing to third level, limited and unlimited places. Students who successfully complete and pass all modules on the School Leavers Access Programme and who have achieved a minimum of 85% attendance are eligible for entry to certain undergraduate programmes at NUI Galway. Students who take the humanities or business stream successfully complete and pass all modules and meet the minimum 85% attendance criterion are eligible for entry to first starts at NUI Galway, GY 101. Students taking these streams may apply through the CAO for places on other programmes within the college, but for smaller programmes in particular, entry is on a competitive basis and is not guaranteed. Students may not proceed to psychology, GY 104, on the basis of their successful completion of the access programme. However, psychology is a module option in first start. So basically what that means is that if you are competing on the access programme to gain entry into GY 104, but we only have 2 places from access for access students into the main degree, 2 students get those places based on their 85% attendance and their results. So the 2 highest results in that field will go on to do GY 104. However, if you go on and you pass everything and you go into a general arts degree, you can take psychology as a module option in first starts. Students applying to degree programmes with the language, Irish, French or German in the College of Arts, Social Sciences and Celtic Studies may be required to take a written and oral exam by the language school. Students who wish to progress to the College of Business, Public Policy and Law must take economics and maths in their access streams, along with 2 other academic modules from the humanities streams, i.e. history and sociology. So you want to do Bachelor of Commerce, your choices in access would be history, sociology, economics and maths. Students who wish to do so successfully complete and pass all modules and meet the minimum 85% attendance criterion are eligible for entry to First Commerce at NUI Galway, GY 201. They are also eligible for entry to the part-time diploma in Business/Bachelor of Commerce at NUI Galway. This is a part-time fee-paying programme and you do not apply to this programme through the CAO. Students who take the science stream successfully, complete it and pass all modules and meet the minimum 85% attendance criterion are eligible for entry to First Science at NUI Galway, GY 301. They're also eligible for entry to the Diploma B Science, Bachelor of Science in Science and Technology Studies. Note that this is a part-time fee-paying programme and you do not apply to this programme through the CAO. Students who take the science stream successfully, complete and pass all modules, obtain a minimum grade of 60% in Mathematics 1 and Mathematics 2 and meet the minimum entry requirement, attendance criterion of 85% are eligible for entry to First Engineering, Undenominated Engineering at NUI Galway, GY 401. Students who do not achieve the minimum grade in maths may be given an opportunity to sit the special entrance examination in mathematics, usually held in August. If they pass this exam and they are deemed to have achieved the maths requirement for entry to engineering and IT programs, and they may take up their place at that stage. Students who take the science stream successfully, complete and pass all modules and meet the minimum 85% attendance criterion are eligible for entry to First Science at NUI Galway, GY 301, undenominated course. Example, students may also compete for 6 nursing degree places allocated to the Access course, providing they meet the criteria laid down by the School of Nursing, 2 A's and 2 B's in their science subjects. So that's 2 A's and 2 B's in the subjects of physics, chemistry, maths, science, and biology. But the reality is that there's limited places for denominated courses, such as nursing, and there is competition. Students competing for these courses usually achieve all grades because it guarantees them a place on these courses if they meet the relevant criteria. So for you coming to Access, okay, we have a lot of supports available to you, as well as having access to an advisor all the time, which usually is me. You also have the academic tutoring team, the core module support team. You have SUMS. This is a mathematic hub in the university, and our students get access to that every Friday afternoon, where if you're taking math subjects, you're in any of the science stream, and particularly around mathematics and physics, those students are supported by a team of teachers who are available to them once a week. We also have the Academic Writing Centre, which helps you with your writing and additional supports, as well as the Academic Hub in the university, which covers a wide range of academic supports. We also have the Disability Support Office, of course, and many of our students, when they come on board right away, look for this office. The support and accommodations for students with a disability, long-term physical or mental health condition, or specific learning difficulty. Why would you register with the Disability Support Services in the university? You do this to access a range of supports and accommodations, including in-class and exam accommodations or assistive technology. And again, I'll reiterate that there's 2 members from that staff on today in the main event. So please do, if you have any questions or any concerns, or if you have a disability, we're more than delighted to help you. Our service is free and confidential and tailored to you. And that again is the disability website. So you can contact the disability service during COVID hours or COVID time at disabilityservice@nuigalway.ie. So again, if you need any more information, please, you can email me directly, mary.surlis@nuigalway.ie. And as Anna has just put into the chat there, you can ask questions now on the chat, or you can ask us now while we're free to talk to you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. So very nice. Thanks very much, Clara, for helping out there. I would now like to introduce our audience to 2 students who have completed the Access programme. Oisin Halligan, who has just recently completed it, and Anya McHugh, who completed it 3 years ago now, Anya? 3 years ago, yeah. So you're very welcome. And both of these students, I mean, it's okay me talking about the Access programme in terms of how to get onto it and what we do and what we support, but the real voice of Access are these students, these wonderful students who've come through the programme, and I'd love you to hear a little bit from them now. Thank you. A ladies first, Dushing, is that okay?
Perfect.
Over to you, Anya.
Thanks, Mary, and thanks for asking me to be on today. It's lovely to have the opportunity to be able to do this for the Access programme, because it's given me so much. So just a brief history. I'm just conscious of the time as well, so I'll just check. Yeah. So a brief history. I started the Access course. I completed in 2018. So I started in September 2017, or the October, and I came in as a school leaver in the programme. I did my leaving cert 3 years beforehand, and my experience in school just wasn't great. And I suppose I grew up thinking that I wasn't capable or able educationally. And I would have had a few different educational challenges and didn't really understood how I learned. And I was brought to different learning supports, and I just thought, you know, that college and education and third level education wouldn't be for me. And but I did always realise the importance of education and third level education. But I decided then that I was going to, I didn't get a great leaving cert at all. I didn't fail, but I wouldn't have gotten enough points to even like go into arts or do anything. And I tried to apply for PLCs, but it wasn't for me at that moment in time. And I started the Access course, and how I came about was I used to love going onto the NUIG website and looking at the different courses, and I have a great love for Irish. And I used to look at the different courses and the different modules, and I'd say, when I'm 23 or a mature student, I'll go back, I'll apply through the CAO, and I'll be able to do it. And under the module for the course that I wanted was a link for the Access course. And I clicked into it, and applications were still open, and the program, and I was able to find information about it on, you know, their YouTube and their Facebook. And I said, oh my God, you know, this could be for me, because I felt like I had met all the requirements. And thank God, you know, I had my interview and I made my application and I got in. And I was just thinking before we came on, I don't know where I'd be without Access or where I'd be now. And I wouldn't like to actually think where I would be. It has helped me extremely educationally and personally, like with my personal growth, not only like my educational growth. The program is it's just amazing, and the staff. For me in particular, I really benefited from the core modules. So how to write, I had kind of a step up against, you know, in comparison to everyone else in my year. And I'm also studying a BA now. I'm in my third year of studying Irish and modern Irish culture studies. So I was, the core modules like the academic writing, engage for careers, it really boosted my confidence, and we had a study skills module with Mary, and I was able to figure out and find out how I studied and what worked for me. And it was amazing, because the first A that I ever got in all my education was in the Access course, and it was in a sociology subject that I thought I wouldn't even be able to pronounce the word sociology. And it was amazing, and it has given me so much. Last night I was looking at postgraduate courses for when I complete my degree, and it's just given me so much, and it's amazing. I will say that if you are going to apply and you're thinking, I can't recommend it for anyone, but that attendance is just extremely important to get the work done and to trust. And it's just, I don't know any other program like it, and I've never been in any school or any establishment where I've gotten such support. It's amazing. I'm just going to check the time now, because I know, yeah, I have a minute left. So basically, that's basically my journey with the Access course. It has benefited me like in so many ways, even the IT. And I would think that I'm fairly capable at IT, but even particularly this year when we're doing college from home, it really helped me with PowerPoint presentations and, you know, academic writing, how to write bibliographies, all these things. And just the support, the personal support. You know, there was so many days where I called into the office to Mary and Kathleen, you know, when I was given a cup of tea, I was sat down, you know, if there were different things going on. So I actually just can't speak anymore about it, because I just get emotional. So thanks so much, and thanks for having me, Mary, and I wish you all very well with your educational journey and stuff. So thanks so much.
Thank you, Anya. Thank you so much. The wonderful Anya McHugh. And now I'll hand you over to Oisín. There you go, Oisín. Thank you,
Mary. Well, basically, I'd probably touch on some of the same stuff as Anya. Leaving cert wise, I didn't do too well. A lot of that would have been because most of my teenage life I would have been quite sick. I have cystic fibrosis, so getting into school was my main issue, which I couldn't really do. And so I got my Leaving Cert done just to kind of get it for the sake of doing it type thing. I knew I probably wouldn't be able to do much with it. But over that summer then, after I finished it, my mum found out about the Access course. And I never really thought, to be honest, that I'd find something like that, in the sense that it gave me such a good opportunity for my future. And at the time when I was doing the interview and things like that, I didn't wrap my head around how good of an opportunity it was. But once I got in and involved with Mary and the tutors and all the support around the students in the Access course, you realise quite quickly how good of an opportunity it is. And so I joined the Access course first in 2019, but my health at the time still would have been quite bad. And so a week or two after me starting it, I'd go into the hospital in Galway. That's where my care would be. And a week after me starting it, I ended up in hospital just because I wasn't really able for the day-to-day going to classes in university. And so at that time, it was kind of hard for me to keep up with all the work. And so I ended up in hospital then for around 8 weeks, and I would have been in contact with Mary on and off during that time. And she could tell that quite quickly that health-wise at that time, I wasn't really able to keep up with all the work that the Access course would give you. And so once I got out of hospital then, this was into November time, she just kind of said to me, listen, Oisin, take the next few weeks and just relax, enjoy Christmas, whatever, and we'll be in contact with you then in January. And so over that time, I was thinking about it, and I kind of knew at the time I wasn't really able for it, health-wise. So me, Mary, and I think the day I decided that I was going to stop doing it that year, I met the geography lecturer, Richard Silk, and he was very supportive to me that day, basically reassuring me that although I couldn't do it this year, that there's a good chance if I applied, I could get it again next year. And so this year I completed it. And it's like there's a good bit of work involved. But the one thing I would say is don't limit yourself while you're doing it to think that, oh, just because I didn't get good grades in Leaving Cert or secondary school, that I won't be able to get good grades in the Access course. If you give it the work it deserves, and also don't look too far ahead with it either, because then you can get a little bit overwhelmed. Just take it a day at a time. That there's a good chance that if you do the work consistently and have a good routine, that things will eventually fall into place. And now I got it completed just there a month or so ago, and grades went well, and it's kind of opened up everything for me, because I would have been so sick over my life that university was always a goal of mine, but I didn't think it was that achievable. And now that that it is, and it's quite a high possibility, it's kind of, you can nearly find it hard to believe sometimes. And I'd be always, whatever I do in the rest of my life, Access has given me the platform to do all that, and for that I'll be forever grateful for it.
Oisin, thanks very much. Thanks, Oisin and Anya. And again, as you can see, audience, that these people are so inspirational. And I feel very, very privileged to be working with Anya and Oisin, and I hope we'll always be working together. I hope we'll always have an opportunity to catch up. So yes, this is the type of opportunity that Access does. And sometimes you feel as a very young person, and I know it because I'm a former teacher myself, that in secondary school, you can fall behind very fast and be left behind very fast, you know. So this is your opportunity. I promise, as you heard the students speak about, that you'll be minded, you'll be looked after, and that you will be guided and directed and helped. And you always have fabulous students like this to mentor us and mentor you as well. So thank you. So if we have any questions in the chat, Clara, or does anybody want to ask a question live, please put up your hand. We'd love to hear from you.
So we don't have any questions in the chat just yet.
Okay. And is there anybody there who would like to ask a question? You can just raise your hand if you do, and we'll come to you. No. So you know everything about us now. So that's fantastic. We did a good job.
Oh, it looks like we've got one question from Laura. Laura, would you like to turn your mic on?
Hi, Laura actually won't answer the question, Mary. It's Emily Maloney. I did the access with Anya.
Hello, Emily. How are you? Lovely
Good
to see
now.
you.
I'm
Lovely
trying.
to see your hand.
I can see it on my face. I'm not used- Is it on?
Go ahead, Emily.
Hi.
There you are. Hiya. It's lovely to see you.
I've been trying to convince Laura for ages that the access course is a great thing to do. But she's a bit panicked on the number of spaces that you have in it.
On Access.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about places. It's not about the places on Access. We have 40 places for school leavers, but we have places in Ballinasloe. Like I wouldn't be talking about places to students now. For Anya and Ushing and Emily yourself, you know what I'd be saying to you at interview is, I will be looking at what suits you, what suits where you live, you're traveling, what suits where you are at the moment. And we'll be giving advice also, Emily, on, as you well know, and Anya and Ushing, on this, what we think, what subjects will suit you and how we can support you. So from once we meet you at interview, we will be interviewing all the students this year on Teams, on Zoom. Oh, I'm zoomed out of my head, but we will be meeting the students on Zoom. And we will be, it's lovely to meet people in person, on camera even, and in person, of course, it's a whole different ball game. But we will be meeting people, we will be talking to them, we will be advising them, and promise them that they're in safe hands.
And what is what do I have to do? What does she have to do for the interviews? What does she need to prepare anything?
Big smile.
Big
Big
smile.
smile.
I said to her, I said, if I got in, anybody can get in, so it's okay.
We do the work at the interview. We ask the questions. I suppose I would advise that you know about the Access course for interviews. Know about it. Know what the Access course is.
I've told her all about it.
Yeah, and so she'll be able to tell us what you've told her, that you've given her, €200 an hour grinds on it.
Yeah. I've said to her, I said I'm going into final year now, and then going to my PME for history and Sock and Paul.
Wow.
I wouldn't be where I am now only for the Access course.
No, that's fantastic, Emily. And I can distinctly remember your class. I can remember all of you. Yes, I can remember nearly every single one of the students. It's fantastic, really.
Laura came with me one day to a meeting that we had in the Bank of Ireland.
Laura did she?
Yeah.
That you and I had, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Laura, come on the camera there and say hello to me.
Hello.
Hello. It's lovely to meet you. And hopefully we'll see you at interview.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, and I'll be there. And I'll be smiling. So you bring your best smile.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks a million.
Great. Thank you. Thank you. Great. Thanks, Emily. Lovely to see you, Emily. Lovely. Thanks a million. And is there anybody else, Clara, that would like to ask Ushing or Anya a question maybe?
Not that I can see, no.
Okay, perfect. So Clara, will we leave it at that then? Because I'm conscious that we have our speakers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, will we leave it at that? So Anya and Ushing, thank you very, very, very much. I only wish now that we were on campus and we could all go for coffee somewhere nice.
Yeah, thanks so much, Mary. Well, please
Thanks so
God.
much, Mary.
Yeah, I promise you when we're on campus, I have a beautiful new office on campus, by the way. So the door is open. It's a sliding door, so it's constantly open. So I would love you to come and meet me, and we go for coffee and catch up, and wish you so much success. And thank you so much. Thank you, guys. God bless. Bye-bye.
God bless.
Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye.